Hey guys, guess where I went today? I went shopping today. And I bought lots and lots of clothes. I went to many stores as well. And one of the stores that I went to was Pull & Bear, and I bought 10 shirts over there. Oh, Pull & Bear. Pull & Bear. That reminds me, I need to start filming for today's episode. Alright, I need to start filming now. Episode 6 is coming soon, so I'll see you later, okay? Bye! This is episode 6, and we will feature a country in Europe. Which country is it? We'll find out later. But for now, let me remind you, we have been to 5 other countries: the Philippines, the United Kingdom, Hungary, Honduras, and Croatia. So which country is it? Here are some clues for you. So here are the clues. Clue number 1. The most famous brand associated with this country is Max Factor. Not Pull & Bear, it's Max Factor. Clue number 2. This country is also known as the Wolverine State of Europe. Why? It's a testament to the resilience of its people.
They're so strong and resilient that they were the only country in Europe not to back down against the Nazis during World War II. They remained the only European country to neither cooperate with nor surrender a battle to the Nazis. Even a bear fought alongside soldiers during World War II. Here's a link in case you want to know more about Wojtek, the fighting bear.
The third clue is going to be a song. Bear with me. Palisie, palisie, milosti okiem, Tonibas, Yaksukila as. What country is this?
Max Factor, a resilient people. Palisie, palisie, a fighting bear. And most importantly, Pull & Bear. Pull & Bear. Where are we going? That's right, we are going to Poland.
And on this episode, we will learn more about this country. First, I will show you a postcard coming from this country so that you have more information about this country. After that, we are going to teach you how to cook gołąbki, cabbage rolls. After that, we are going to meet a Polish woman who lives in Taiwan, and she owns a restaurant in Kaohsiung. And then we will give you a written recipe in case the step-by-step video recipe guide was too confusing for you. And for those who are EFL or ESE learners, we will also have some questions, some test questions that are patterned against the TOEIC. So, what are you waiting for? We have already checked in. The bags are packed. And it's final call for boarding. Let's head out as we travel around the world on 8 plates, visit Poland, and learn how to cook gołąbki.
Before learning how to cook gołąbki, it is time to learn more about Poland. Specifically, we will learn what its flag looks like. We will learn some basic information about Poland, and we will be able to locate Poland on a map. Most importantly, we will learn that Poland has an upside-down house, and it has a significant meaning. What is it? Continue reading.
Before we show you the video, let's start with a list of ingredients. You'll need half a green cabbage, ground pork or beef 500 grams, 1 onion diced, 5 cloves of garlic chopped, 1 egg, 1 lemon, 5 to 6 tomatoes, cooked rice 1 cup, oil, salt and pepper, water, and sour cream. And there you have it, the list of ingredients to make classic gołąbki. Please note that this recipe will allow you to make around 8 to 10 gołąbki. First, boil some water and open the lid. When the water is boiling, you put in half a cabbage without tearing it to pieces.
To make sure the cabbage doesn't overcook, boil for 2 or 3 minutes only.
While the cabbage is being boiled in the boiling water, chop some onions and put the onions in a bowl, like so. And then in the same bowl, add 1 or 2 eggs. So now, chop 5 cloves of garlic. While we are chopping the garlic, I think it's time for us to find out why this dish is called gołąbki. In Poland, the word gołąbek has 2 different meanings. First of all, of course, it means cabbage rolls, the dish that we're cooking today. However, it also means dove. So what does dove meat or poultry have to do with this dish, since we're using pork or beef? Well, the story is, the idea to cook meat and cabbage came from the neighboring country of Ukraine. This happened in the 19th century. Back in Ukraine, during feasts and parties, people served holubchi. Holubchi is a dish made with dove, stuffed with other wonderful things, and wrapped in cabbage leaves. The idea of holubchi came to Poland, where it was cooked not by rich people, but by the masses. And because of that, they used rice and minced meat instead of the expensive dove meat. And that's the reason why gołąbki is called gołąbki and is so popular in Poland. Let's go back to cooking.
Now take 1 lemon and use a grater to extract the lemon zest out of the lemon peel. Another way is to slowly use a sharp knife and slice off the lemon peel. Make sure the bitter part, the white part, stays in the lemon. And then you chop everything up, and that is another way to zest a lemon. Now your bowl contains the eggs, the chopped onion and garlic, and the lemon zest. Now you have to put in the minced meat or the ground meat. Make sure it is raw, and you can use beef or pork. The next thing to put in your bowl is the cooked rice. Now it's time for you to mix everything together. Make sure you mix everything thoroughly. Once you have mixed everything thoroughly and carefully, put the mixture in the fridge. And set it aside or let it sit in the fridge for 10 minutes. Now it's time for you to make the tomato sauce. Slice the tomatoes into cubes or small squares. Turn on the heat to medium heat. Add some oil into the skillet and wait for it to get hot. Now spread the oil around, and when it is hot enough, that is when you're going to add the onions. When the onions are translucent, you can add the garlic. And saute for another 2 to 3 minutes. Now that the garlic is slightly brown, add the tomatoes. Let's hear it sizzle. Now after the mixture sizzles for a minute or 2, it's time for you to add some water. Of course, to give it extra flavor, season with salt. Shake, 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 shake. And of course, the partner of salt, we have black pepper. Now turn down the heat to low heat and cover the pan and let it simmer for 15 minutes. While the tomato sauce is simmering, it's time to stuff the cabbage leaves. Take 1 tablespoon of the filling and put it at the bottom of the cabbage and then roll. Make sure that the sides are also firmly in place. To make it easier, please remove any fibrous or hard parts of the cabbage. We were able to make 9 gołąbki in total. Now once the tomato sauce has simmered down, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to spoon half of it and place it at the bottom of a dish. Then carefully place your gołąbki on top of the tomato sauce. Now place the remaining tomato sauce on top of the gołąbki. And this is what it looks like now. Though the gołąbki may smell really good, the meat is still raw. So preheat an oven and bake everything for 50 to 60 minutes. Now sprinkle the gołąbki with any kind of herb. And if you have some crumbly cheese, you can put some on top as well. But the most important thing is to top it all off with some sour cream.
And there you go, gołąbki, or Polish stuffed cabbage rolls. Now let's interview Miss Daria Lu and find out more about what her story is.
你好，我想问你的名字是什么？
我姓卢。
姓卢。
对。
OK， 然后我想问你们餐厅是开多久了呢？
我们是从2018年7月底的开始营业，对，所以今年的7月会满4年。
满4年。一开始辛苦吗？
对啊，而且我们一开始的模式跟现在的模式不一样。我们最早以前就是比较偏这种松饼类，然后一些世界料理的那样子。因为老板之前就是在很多国家就是旅行过、住过，所以他有很多不同的经验嘛。然后他就一开始想介绍给大家，就是世界上他觉得好吃的东西。那我们后来就是算是去年因为疫情的关系，有完全改变我们的就是营业模式啊，所以就是做传统比较偏东欧料理那样子。
OK。那最后一个问题是你最想念什么波兰的菜呢？
最想念波兰的菜应该是这种在台湾吃不到的那种，就是做不到的，因为有一些东西就是在怎么样，就是那些食材稍微就买不到的某些东西。然后我如果现在回波兰的时候，就是我们有一种传统这种也算是 borscht 类，但是它波兰文叫 żurek， 就是一种汤，那它就是里面有加香肠，有加这种蛋，然后它是比较稍微酸酸的，那它就是这种肉的类。
OK。
这种汤，因为我们是卖是甜菜根汤，那它又是这一类的汤，但是它是就是白浓汤，但是它白浓汤有可能很多人会觉得就是在台湾的像这种玉米浓汤，对不对？但是它不是啊，它就是也是这种比较 fermented 的这种肉的，
有像优格这样子吗？
对，那一类就比较酸酸的。
所以你在台湾用优格还是不一样？
还是会稍微不一样，因为我觉得在台湾就是对酸味的接受度比较低。
OK。
所以就有一些东西还会比较偏甜一点点，对，就不会完全的酸。
OK。
因为我们就是吃很多就是比较。重口味来讲就是偏咸偏酸，所以有一些东西就是还会有点香。
OK， 好，谢谢你的时间。
OK。
So that's the end of the interview. Daria was so friendly, right? I hope the interview gave you a deeper insight into Polish culture. Now, if you ever go to Kaohsiung, kindly check out their restaurant. It's definitely worth the trip. Here's the address and other contact information. In case you need it, and in case the video recipe was a little bit confusing, here is a written recipe of gołąbki. Feel free to share in the comments how your gołąbki turned out. I know during this pandemic it's difficult and dangerous to travel abroad. Fortunately, at least we can taste a bit of Poland right in the comfort of our own home. Here's a recipe, and feel free to contact us if you have any questions. Where are we going next? Tune in next Sunday, May 12th, to find out. Thanks for watching! Directions. You will hear some talks given by a single speaker. You will be asked to answer 3 questions about what the speaker says in each talk. Select the best response to each question and mark the letter A, B, C, or D on your answer sheet. The talks will not be printed in your test book and will be spoken only one time. Today we present with you the wonderful story of Wojtek, the soldier bear, which mirrors that World War II realities could be heartwarming at times. In 1942, several Polish citizens were returning to their home country from Iran. They met a boy carrying a barely alive little brown bear. The Poles decided to buy the bear for a bit of money, some chocolate, a Swiss knife, and some canned beef. They gave the bear a common Polish name, Wojtek. Growing up with the soldiers, he played and wrestled with them. The bear even loved a beer or two and even smoked and ate cigarettes. How did Wojtek become a soldier? Well, during a battle in Italy, all the soldiers were exhausted. They were too tired to carry the heavy guns and artillery. They had been fighting for more than 3 days. One soldier looked at Wojtek, and Wojtek knew what to do. He stood up on his rear or back legs and walked to the trucks. He carried all the heavy equipment for the soldiers. Eventually, that was his job, to carry things for the soldiers. After the war, the soldiers decided to go to Scotland instead of Poland. Wojtek went with them, and he was kept in the Edinburgh Zoo until his death in 1962.
The term brick and mortar refers to a traditional street-side business that offers products and services to its customers face-to-face. Almost always, the business either owns or rents an office or store so that customers can visit and buy and purchase things in person. Some examples of a brick and mortar companies are the local supermarket and the corner bag. Unfortunately, brick and mortar stores have been in the decline in recent years and have found it difficult to compete with mostly web-related businesses because the latter does not spend too much on rent and other operating costs.
Although online shopping has become more and more popular, many customers still prefer to shop and browse in a physical or real store. In brick-and-mortar stores, customers can speak with salespeople and employees and directly ask them questions about products or services. Moreover, customers can test a product right away. Speaking of right away, brick-and-mortar businesses provide customers with instant gratification, meaning when a customer buys something, more often than not, they do not have to wait a few days or weeks before they can actually see, touch, and use the product.
P&G has reintroduced its Max Factor brand into the US after several years of not selling any of their products in the country. The person responsible is Pat McGrath, a makeup artist and global creative design director at Max Factor and CoverGirl. The products include lip and eye products usually sold only outside of the US. The collection includes Masterpiece Max Mascara, $9.99, Masterpiece High Precision Liquid Eyeliner, $9.99, and Max Factor Lipstick, $9.99. The products will be sold online and in more than 10,000 bricks-and-mortar stores via Walmart, Target, CVS, and Walgreens for only a limited time period.